So, basic Fall Guy map building rules. Forget this start point. They give you a start point, but you don't want this start point because it's not in a good spot. It's like too high, and it's not at the start of the map. You want to put a start point where you want. So the first thing we're gonna do is delete that start point. Fuck that. Second thing you're gonna want to do is it looks like, oh, we're in the center of the map. We're not. So we gotta find the center of the map. Why? So when we're building, we're not gonna accidentally hit the edge of the map and then get screwed over and have to start over from scratch. So as you can see, we're gonna find these dots over here. That's the edge of the map. So we're gonna map that out. But this is something a lot of people forget to do. And when I started building some maps, I got to a point where I hit a wall, and then I realized I ran out of room, and I had to completely start from scratch because you can only move 20 pieces at a time together. Because again, this game is stupid. So yeah, now we can see how big the map is. So that's how high we can go, how low we can go, and how far we can go. So now it's even easier to start visualizing a map when you're kind of building in that empty space. It's weird. It's easier to build with limits. It makes more sense to your brain. So okay, second thing we need a theme. It's a lot easier to make a map if you have a theme. So let's come up with a theme. Volcano. Should we do a volcano themed lava slide? Okay, we're gonna do a volcano slide map. So it's gonna be like a lava slide with volcanoes that shoot stuff out. And so one thing you want to do if you're building maps, here's the thing. Start building maps, you'll notice piece sticking and being red. It's being a dick. It's like, oh, I don't want to overlap, and I keep snapping in. It makes building very annoying. Options. These are your friends. First thing you're going to want to do is turn off object snap. Now, you can put the object where you want. Second thing, you're going to turn on object overlapping. What that's going to do now, put my object wherever the hell I want, including right inside this fucking one. There. Let's say we want to start, I'm starting on a regular platform and I want to do a slide platform. So don't try to build your slide like, oh, I'm going to build my slide and, I'm going to build a big slide and then I'm going to try to put it here. Well, I want to put, okay, forget that. Build it. Always build your thing flat first. Then take the whole piece with all the objects that it's made out of and flip them. But always keep things lined up. It's going to make it a lot easier. Because then you're not going to want... one of the best things in the map is that you want things to be pretty in line. It's the small little details that's going to make your map so much better in the end. Like, nobody wants to be playing on a map. It's like, like that. That's not going to be fun for anybody. So, how do you do it? If you want to really be precise, see, you could zoom right in. So now it's not going to snap. So now you can see right when there's the overlap, and then you push it right until you hit the edge. Okay? Can be super precise. Done. Okay. So now, but we want this to slide. So what are we going to do? We're doing this thing, right? So now you're going to bring it back over here, and you're going to want to lower it until you hit the corner. Uh-oh, now I hit a problem. This thing doesn't line up. You know how many times we get to maps and people build maps like this? And it just, again, it looks like shitty. Here's how you fix that. You go into your options. You turn on precise movement. Whoa. Now it's seamless. Yay. Okay, now I want to move my objects, but it's going to take too long. No, don't move them. Don't move them. Go multi-select. Multi-select. And then move them together. Yay. And then I want to rotate them. Same thing if you wanted to line them up. Pieces that were going to be sideways. And you don't want to start working sideways or at a weird angle because it's hard to line up two pieces from this angle. Do what I just did. Line them up straight. You line them up straight. Select both of them. And put them into any position you want. But always start building it straight. Here's something else. You want to line up this object, right? I'm going diagonal over here, let's say, in this direction, and I wanted a bunch of speed arches. So I'm like, speed arch. Okay, now give me another speed arch. Oh no, how do I line this up perfect? I guess I'll ballpark it. I guess I'll kind of, sort of ballpark it. Wow, that looks pretty even, right? Perfect. This is gonna make a fantastic tunnel. No, it won't. Shut up, it sucks. Okay, how do you fix that? Here's how you fix that. One, if you're really, really precise about the way you want to do stuff, an easy way to do it would just be take a fucking cube and you line it up with the foot of the thing. You make yourself a nice little line. So now if you wanted to just go custom in any direction, fine. You could at least use this as somewhat of a ballpark, and you could even put another one. It's a different color to space them out to really make sure that they're always evenly spaced, right? Or if you want to be like me and be the lazy man's way, here's what you do. You're going to take one of those speed arches. Where'd you go, speed arch? Why did you leave me, speed arch? So if you notice that they're not popping perfectly, it's because you're not facing the right direction. So if you face the default direction and then you look in a direction, see, like if I look in this direction and then I duplicate it, it's going to duplicate it in this direction perfectly lined up, right? But if I look in this direction and then duplicate it from here, oh, yeah. So if I keep going like this, whoa, now your tunnel's perfect, Jeremy. But Jeremy, you idiot, I wanted the tunnel to be on this slide, and now it's a straight tunnel. How are we gonna put this straight tunnel on this slide? Well, shut up and I'll tell you. We're gonna make the slide go down further to fit all the things. We're gonna come over here, and we're gonna highlight all these fuckers. Now, the one that you select is the one that you're gonna be controlling this from. So since we want to control it from like this side, like a giant stick, we're gonna reselect this one. Ah, now we control them. Now we can make them up and down. So now if I wanted to make like a dive fucking crazy tube, oh shit, it's perfectly lined up. Oh my god. But we don't want to do that. What we wanted to do is, hey, boom. So that's how you do perfect builds. There's always a trick to it. Here's a fun little tip. Oh, your tunnel is great, but I keep bumping into these, you know? And also, I think they're ugly. What do I do? There's lots of stuff you could do. There's lots of stuff. Let's take this guy right here. We'll put it over here. So you could do lots of different things to it. One, you know, you could take two of them, and you can make a full ring if you don't like the way that it just like looks. Oh shit, now it's a full ring. Oh, but I don't like the sticks are all lined up. How do I fix that? Okay, I got an idea. So you go into your objects, and we got lots of different shit to choose from. We're gonna go get, you could take one of these, or you could take, this one has an alternate that is a tube, which is kind of the same. So what we can do is, we're gonna make it about the same size. Line it up there. Now I can make it any color I want. So now it's not ugly anymore. Way prettier speed ring. Or, here's a fun little thing you can do too. You go in your options over here. Visibility. Turn off visibility. Not only that, it's not just invisible. You don't bump into it anymore. Look. So now only the speed part exists. And here's another cool thing. Only the speed part exists. What can I do with this? I can lay it flat onto the floor. Ah. Lay it flat on the floor here. We're going to line it up right until the point where it's about to disappear. And we're going to bring it back. There we go. So now when you... Ah. Did I delete it? No, it's still there. Good. Now we got a Mario Kart speed boost. people didn't know that you could do that. So, a lot easier than going through a ring. Also, in case people didn't know, you can also resize these things. You can resize anything. Make them gigantic. You can also make them from they're already on very fast, but if you wanted to, you can make them slightly less, and then make them last longer if you want to use fewer of them. But, yeah. If you don't want to bother the guy going through the ring, yeah, now we got a giant fucking ring. Or, you know, same thing, you can go opposite. Now that they're all perfectly lined up, as we get to the end, we're going to be like, this one's a size 1. Okay, fine. This one is going to be a size 75. This one's going to be a size 50. This one's going to be a size... So now we have a little Alice in Wonderland style tunnel a bit smaller. Okay, we made it. Alright, next up. Combining stuff. So that's all fun in games. You know, you could go fast, but what if you want to go really fast? Well, we got fans, my friend. So just simply, let's say, easy concept. There's a fan over here. It's blowing me towards the thing. I go into the strength. I put it strong. I put it long. And guess what? I'm going to go visibility again. I'm going to do the same trick. Now we got the wind, but we don't actually have the thing to worry about. Look at that. I could go right through it. And wind tunnel. Now we're cooking. So you could like line them up perfectly. Redirect, do anything you want. But now we're combining like two things. We got the slipperiness of this, we got the speed boost of this, and we got the wind tunnel of this. So yeah, basically you could keep combining the objects with other objects to create new fun stuff that the game otherwise isn't technically offering you. Same thing over here. Let's say, oh, I'm getting the speed boost, but that's just boring. What do? I want something to happen, you know? Like, well, here, look, we'll grab this drum over here. Line it up right here. I'm gonna put a couple. We're gonna make them invisible. So, you're gonna be like, oh, I want to make this into a beach ball instead. So we're gonna grab a quarter of a beach ball over here. We're gonna make it white. We're gonna make it visibility, but then we're gonna change collision so that you can't collide with it. So now it's an object that you can go right through. We're gonna put it over here, and we're gonna make 4 of them. We're going to change this color to blue. This one to red. Now we get a beach ball. Cool. And it's a beach ball that you can't collide with. And now it's a beach ball that's going to make you bounce. Woo! So now instead of having the stupid ugly drum that everybody else has in their map, guess what? You got a beach ball. It's that simple. Imagination! The imagination is the limit. Let's say we want to build a river. So you don't want to build this, you know, the slippery thing. It's boring. So we're gonna grab some floor over here. You know, we're gonna change the color to blue, like water, and then we're gonna change the material to slime. But now here's the problem: slime kills you. Okay, so what are we gonna do to fix that? We're gonna take collision off of that. Now the slime doesn't kill you. But now there's no floor. I want there to be a floor. Okay, so what am I gonna do? I'm gonna grab second piece. I'm gonna sneak it right under this floor. And then, it's ugly, I know. Turn off visibility. I'm gonna line them up a little bit. Now I have a floor that looks like a floor that could kill you, but can't kill you. So now we got water. With this one, since you can't do it on an invisible floor, you can still do it on one of these fake floors. Should be over here. A fake little water floor. It has no collision. So it's made out of slime, but because there's no collision, you're not bumping into it. And now we have an invisible conveyor belt floor. Let's say you want to build a semi-invisible floor, you could do the same concept. So we'll take our invisible padded floor. See, now it's just a standing structure, so we can put anything we want to replace this. So here's something you can use to make a glass floor. So this is called a trigger zone. Normally it's used to make objects spawn and stuff, but it's like a pretty object. As you can see, it looks like kind of like a tesseract or whatever. So then I take it, I'm going to put it right under over here at about the same level. I can also use precision over here if I wanted to make sure that they're exactly lined up. Now I'm walking on a glass floor. So it's that simple. Now let's say I want it to be inside this box. You could also do that. How are we going to do that? We're going to rest it on top of it, like this. I'm going to make this thing go a little bit higher. Then we're going to take more invisible walls. We're going to remove precise movement so that we can move them faster. Line them up here. Put them flat, just as it's a little hard sometimes, so you might want to first do it with not invisibility. Like this. Like this. Then we're going to toggle off the visibility. There we go. Now he's trapped in a glass box. Oh, I want to make this floor slidey. That's easy. Go back underneath here. We're going to remove the floor. We're going to take a sliding floor. I'm going to put that underneath it. And we're going to toggle the visibility. And now we have sliding glass floor. You know, so now, right now, it's triggered by a player, which means that if I touch it, I can like make it trigger stuff, like a fan, let's say. If I take a fan over here, and I make it have the option toggle on and off, and I can attach that to the fan. And now the fan doesn't work until I enter the zone. So if you want, so here's another fun thing. Let's say I take this over here. I'm going to put it right under my floor. I'll put this thing over here. Now this is a zone that it's like, oh, the fan doesn't exist, but here, I'm going to make it so that there. Now, oh, it triggers it, but only a little bit. Ah! So you can just act, because it only triggers it as I'm touching the zone. But if I were to make the zone taller, then it would keep the trigger going longer. Now I've made a wind path that only works when I walk in it. But stuff. What other stuff? Oh, you want a really, really, really long rope? Well, this thing, guess what? If you put it all the way here, and then you change the settings to the smallest settings, and then we're going to take the scale down to 2.5 to the smallest over here, but then we're going to go in depth, and we're going to put that. Now we got Super Mario Jump Track. Woo! It's like a train, see? No walking. This power up. Beanball. I'm going to change the settings to infinite, and cooldown, because we just want to be able to use it. Stop. Stopping my fun. So there's no limits to what you can do. Alright, I'm going to do a quick tutorial on controls. Somebody asked me how to build stuff that moves, so I'm going to show you. For that, we have a circle controller, so we're going to grab this, the rotation control. We're going to remove precise movement. We're going to lay it flat like this. And I want it to spin around somewhere. So you basically pick a point where this thing spins. So if I put it here, it's going to spin all around me, like so. I'm going to take this, I'm going to link it to the turtle. Right. So now, it's rotating around the invisible point of where that rotation controller is. So if I were to move it closer, now it's going to do a smaller rotation around that. See what I mean? Same thing if I go super far, whatever I do. So if I put the rotation like this, sideways, now it's going to rotate sideways. Because the object is staying in its position around the thing. If you're like, why isn't my thing moving the right area? That's why. Now, if I were to do it like this, and keep it sideways like this, now you can guess it, it's going to rotate over itself. If I put it like that. Oh, but now, Jeremy, I want it to spin over itself perfectly. Okay, good. Then take it and put it literally at the best you can from its center of mass. Try to keep it pretty even. You can use precise movement if you need to. Now it spins on itself. Same thing with the ball here. I'm going to grab a rotation control. I lay it flat and I put it on the middle. It's going to rotate. The beauty is you're like, oh, it's lost here. Yeah, okay, it doesn't matter. You could put it all the way above here. If you're making it spin on itself, then it doesn't matter. Watch. I'm going to link these four. Now it's spinning on itself. If I were to move it away, now it's going to spin. See? You can also change the speed of them. So, if you were to do yeet, yeah. Yeet. he going fast. And also, the further you go, the faster it goes because the mode, again, relativity. Don't ask me to explain it. Go check out shit about Einstein. Anyways. You can also do it reversed. It's going to go the other way. You can build two objects that are the same that go reversed. It's not like you have to build it from scratch. Lock in rotation. See, now he's going to stay fixed at a certain point. But he's always like staying like locked in. Ignore axis rotation. That's going to always make it perfect spin over itself. Alright. Onto this movement controller. This one is a little trickier. This one comes in two parts. So this is the part that you want to focus on. Alright, so now we're going to link this to the ball. And now the ball is basically going to follow the path that we just set out. Now let's check out the settings. Start delay. We don't want it to be immediate. We want it to take 3 seconds before it starts. Repeat. That means it's going to go back and forth. Teleport. That means it's going to go there, then it's going to disappear, then it's going to reappear here, and then do the path again. Once, it's going to do that, but it's not going to reappear. Speed. That's the speed it's going to take off at. So we're going to want the first one to be fast. Now I have a set of options that tell me how fast you want the return to be. So I want the return to be very slow. Eat. Slowest. So slowest, and then I want it to go in yeet. So we got our start delay. It yeets, and then comes back slow. Oh look, now it looks like a ball that's traveling down the water river. Now you have slippy water. Let me show you a fully finished map. This is Lemon Pound Cake behind the scenes. So we use the similar thing over here. See, I have some invisible zones that we can't bump into. We have a start point over here instead of the classic zone. It's just a group start zone, so everybody starts here. And these are basically invisible walls that I built, so it keeps them in. but it makes it look like we're falling through a glass dome. So we're going through these invisible zones and the glass dome. Now same thing over here, you're gonna see I did a bumpy thing. So that, if we go check it out. Invisible drums, all lining up on top of just a solid object. So you hit the drums before you hit the object. Simple conveyors. Now we got a fan that's tucked in underneath that's invisible. Well, I didn't make it invisible. I guess I didn't need to. We got two fans working together to blow you at the perfect angle through this thing. And I'll do a tutorial on how to line up these jumps also. But it's kind of like, you know, go and make adjustments as necessary. So we have an invisible trigger zone, so now the thing will take us directly. We just hold forward. Through the second one. I made a backup one just in case, you know, some people didn't, you know, got screwed over by the jump somehow and like didn't make it. Like or dove like that. Sometimes they dive. But at least they would have a chance to still get through. This is easy at least to build. See, there's just a hidden fan that's underneath this lemon. So you land here and the wind basically blows you through a ring that I just made invisible and then I decorated like a lemon. There are no edges. This is basically just in case you wanted to cheat and try to like jump to the next level and you die quickly, and also so you don't have to fall all the way down here before you respawn. So try to do that if you can, so that when there's a spot that they're likely to fall off the map, that you do it. But if not, you could use it as invisible barriers basically to stop Bandit from cheating. Same thing over here, we got a little invisible bouncy. Just lined up over here, and this thing has no collision, so you go through it and you just hit the drums instead, which then launches you through a checkpoint zone, a fan blast, and a trigger zone, all simultaneously, which basically results in this super blast. Oh, right over the water. It's like a super blast. And then here we have one of the spinning things. So it's just a spinning trigger that's tied to all of these objects to make them spin at the exact same rate. And then this one is basically a seat with no collision. All these have collisions, and they have, see, a death trigger all around, except for this part. You can't see them, but even there's like small death trigger zones over here made out of slime. So if you touch any part besides the white in this, which then sends you into an instant jump, and then more of the same over here. Just invisible jumps. There's not really any new mechanics. That's pretty much it, just trying to make use of the map. And then here, one of those glass dome boxes I built over here. You can see all the walls are built on the outside of it, so that when you go inside, it's like in a glass dome. And then hiding finish lines, obviously. Just hide finish lines. Because nobody wants to cross a finish line, so you could try to get creative. Try to hide them. Alright, that's going to be it for me. I'm going to call it a night. I'll be back with more tips next time.